people comment, if I'm training somebody in the gym now, I'm in the same zone. I'm with them. It's me and you in the gym, Brian. Fuck this shit. There's nothing here. There's me and you and the weights. Let's do it. And I create this bubble around me. And people can walk in the gym that know me and they can't even catch my eye. I don't even know they're there until after they're like, hey, man, hey, I'm back in the bubble. So I create a bubble. And there was not a lot of people in the gym when I was there. It was my own gym. So we used to go in the morning. I mean, it might seem funny now. Now the gyms are open like from 5 in the morning or 6 or even 24 hours. We used to open at midday, 12 o'clock, till 8 in the evening. And it was kind of average, it was okay. So I used to go train and then 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So by the time people were coming in for the 12 o'clock, I was pretty much wrapped up. So I had the gym to myself. And I'd be just totally focused before I got there, tunnel vision. I've already visualized what I'm gonna do, which exercise, which order, which clothes I'm gonna wear, and visualize myself on the bench lifting it. Look at my training journal. Last week I did X amount for 7 reps. So that's today's goal, beat that, get 8 reps. That's the goal. So I got a goal very firm in my mind when I'm going there, which is important. You can go in the gym and have no goal and just wander around, you're not gonna get very far. And then I got this energy that was almost like violence, you know? Probably I used a lot of anger that I had in me from my childhood and so on, I don't know, but instead of it going all over the fucking place, yeah, in people's faces and this and that and creating problems for me and everybody else, it was all internalized and then it was into those sets, into those weights. So in between sets, you see me like, almost I'm like pacing up and down like an animal, like I'm, but it was controlled aggression. I didn't make a lot of noise, it was like inside like a fire, like, and I just put all that into the workout. So I'm pretty calm by the time I got home. Like, I didn't want to rip anyone's head off or anything. It was like all out in the gym. So that was helpful for me.
Are you, the hour before you go in there, are you getting into the mental zone? Are you bringing back that, channeling that anger?
The anger thing was not something, it's things that I'm probably more conscious of now than I was then. I just called it focus and energy, but I was using probably some negative emotions, but not negative for me. They could have been, but I was getting them out. So now they're not negative anymore. They're becoming, it's like an alchemy. You're changing that negative things, the traumas, the things you're not happy with, which most of the time they're very deep anyway. They're deep, and they're not on the surface that you can recognize them. They're deep down, and you're like pulling it out. So yeah, before I drove to the gym, I used to sit down in a quiet space in my house and go through my journals, see what I've done, what's the goals, how important is this to you, you know? Is it more important than the temporary discomfort or fear you might have of getting under this weight or whatever? Yes, absolutely. So affirm this in my mind, exactly what I'm going to do when I go to the gym. I get there, I'd see my training partner, be like, what's up? Let's go. Oh, fucking, oh, how was with your wife? What happened last night? Well, did you see this on TV? None of that shit, yeah? After the workout, yeah, we used to do that bullshit, hang around with the guys. You know how it in the gym, it's a very male, macho environment, especially then. I mean, it was very, I don't know, there was just a couple of brave girls that used to come down the gym because they wanted to train properly. And they wouldn't have no fucking lycras on with their ass hanging out and everything like now, which is, that's nice to look at, but don't need the distraction. So there'd be a few girls there sometimes, but mainly it was just guys, and very, you know, it was a very macho place. People were scared to come down there because you got to go down this narrow stairs, like going down and descending into hell or something, and you just hear these noises and the weights, and a lot of people wouldn't even go there. They're like, no, well, I can't go there, man. I mean, it was a bit of an illusion because once you got there, it'd be all right, but it was a pretty scary place and not very friendly because I didn't give a shit about the gym making money. Making money being Mr. Olympia, and this is my place where I train. If you want to come and train here and pay your fees, very welcome to, but don't expect a reception committee or nothing like that. You might get a grunt from the guy behind the counter, like, oh, you know, that's it, you know. So yeah, the gym became and the gym had an amazing atmosphere because of all that. Like, people used to walk down there and feel like, you know, fuck, let's train, man. I mean, there wasn't anything else to do there anyway. There was a table with a couple of chairs for after training, you wanted protein or something, and a little counter. The rest was just in a changing room with a shower that worked sometimes and a toilet with no seat on, and we had actually mushrooms growing out of the wall and everything, but it was great. We, you know, we loved it like that. We didn't want this nice place to go to. It's about work, it's about sweat. It's not nice, you know, it's not shiny, it's not cosmetic. It's work, man, you know, and I came from a working class background. I worked in a slaughterhouse, I worked on construction things. I mean, you get dirty, it's work, man. So we're used to that stuff, you know. So yeah, it was a very special place. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. The building's there, but the gym's not there. It's relocated to another location. But it was, yeah, people used to comment and come down there, and I'm like, yeah, I've done that. I've fucking done that, man. I've embedded this place, like 10 years of super hardcore training. So people felt that.
Your energy was in
Yeah, and they used to say, like, if you go away from the gym for a few weeks, the energy level starts dropping down, and then when you come back again, it's like, boom. So it was a very special place for me, and even a lot of people to this day, they're like, man, that was just some special place and period of time that somehow it's inevitable they had to close, because you can't preserve that. You know, there's a certain time and atmosphere, and nothing lasts forever. So you're trying to preserve something that doesn't really exist so much anymore. So, you know, it was hard for me. It was a shame that I had to go, but a lot of problems with the place and the building and the landlord and everything. In the end, it was just like, everything's telling me this is just time to move on from this. Yeah. So.